When referring to how some couples miraculously end up together, you often hear the phrase, God makes them and they find each other. But sometimes it's how they find each other that's the true miracle. And that's certainly the case in our next story, when a young woman searches the World Wide Web for the man of her dreams, only to discover that it's a small world after all. Ever since she was a child, Melissa Erlmeyer dreamed of her wedding day.
It's what I wanted when I was little. I wanted to be this beautiful bride, and I wanted the whole Cinderella story. Lots of little girls dream about it, but I think I probably overstepped those boundaries. But yeah, it's something that I really have always wanted. I would look through bridal magazines and I would figure, okay, this is gonna be my dress. And I kind of always had this thought in my head of what it was gonna be like, when I got older.
But eventually, little Melissa's dream of a wedding gown was replaced with a cap and gown. She earned degrees in both biology and nursing. Her mother, Peggy, remembers the toll that constant study took on her daughter.
Melissa was lonely. All of her friends were married before her. She would be an accompanist for weddings. She would be a bridesmaid, but she would never be the bride. And she was always wondering, well, when is this going to happen for me?
She always told me, you had to kiss a lot of toads to find your prince. So I guess I really proved that right. I definitely had a hard time finding Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, can I get you to take your shoes off before you get in the car?
Really?
Yeah, I just had it refinished. It's kind of a rule I have.
I just wanted the perfect person, and I couldn't find him right away. He was gonna be tall, he was gonna be dark.
Hi, Melissa, I'm Chris.
Hi. I hated dating.
You're 2 hours late.
Yeah, I kind of got held up with the guys,
Just forget it.
I was so frustrated with not being able to find who I wanted that I gave up there for a while.
And then one day, Melissa received an interesting suggestion.
My friend Barb knew all about how bad my luck was, and she said, well, maybe you should just go on the internet to find. You have such high expectations. You can get on the internet and you can see what they look like and you can see what they do, and then you can just pick them from there.
I did recommend the internet to Melissa just as a joke. I didn't think she'd take it serious, and she did.
In the back of my head, I thought, that's not too bad of an idea. So I just kind of went ahead with it. My parents had the AOL account, so I went in there and opened it. And there's this little section that says where the personals is. And I thought, okay, I'll try it because nobody will probably reply anyway, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. When you get into the personals, you have the option of checking which preferences you like. I'm 5'9", and so I really wanted somebody that, I could wear heels with and not have to look down at. I like somebody over 6 foot tall, and I like the dark hair, and I wanted him to be educated, a non-drinker, non-smoker. I put all that information in, and I thought, maybe a few names would pop up, 20, something like that. And probably over 200 names came up. The first one that caught my eye was the tall Texan. I was really excited when I read about him because he was totally what I wanted, so I really wasn't nervous when I hit the respond button that I was going to email him. I emailed what I looked like, where I was, that I was in Omaha, what I did for a living, and I just sent it. After I did send it, I think I had a very mild panic attack. You can never take back what you've already sent, and I was very nervous about it.
At that same moment, the tall Texan, David Clayson, was logging on to check his email.
There happened to be a response to my personal ad. It looked like a person that I might be interested in. So I went to see if she was online.
And so David sent Melissa an instant message.
And I said, hello, how are you?
This instant message thing popped up on my screen, And I'm not computer literate at all. I thought it was a virus. I kind of thought it was a joke. And I said, well, who the heck are you?
I was kind of surprised to get a reply at all that somebody was actually there.
When he replied to my "who or heck are you," he told me, what his name was, how old he was. He said that he was an officer in the Air Force and that he was stationed at Air Force Base, which is in Omaha, which is where I'm at.
My ad had said, tall Texan, and she was kind of surprised that I was actually here in Omaha. And so we were chatting about that, and I said, I recently moved to a building downtown.
And I had said, well, I live downtown.
And she said, I live over in the Ford warehouse building. And I said, really? I just moved into the Ford warehouse building.
And he goes, well, I live on the 1 on 10th and Dodge. I'm like, well, I live on the 1 on 10th and Dodge.
I was like, this girl's lying to me. There's no way this can be true.
I personally thought somebody was playing a joke on me. He goes, well, I'm on the 2nd floor.
She said, I live on the 2nd floor too, I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, well, I'm in 209, where are you at? And she said 207.
Neither one of us typed anything. We just kind of sat still.
Here I was talking online. I could have been talking to anybody in the world. And I was talking to my next door neighbor 25 feet away. So I typed, nice to meet you, neighbor.
He could have been in Egypt for all I knew. And he was my neighbor, and he was exactly what I wanted in a man. And, I had to meet him. And that's when I said, give me your number, then I'll know you're real.
She immediately called the number he gave her, and just as quickly, he asked her out for a date that very night.
I was a little surprised at that. I thought he'd wait until later, but he said, well, I'm free tonight. You want to meet up tonight? If anything, we can get to know each other as neighbors. I obviously didn't have anything to do that night, so I was very up for it.
You probably saw my picture was on my ad on the internet, right? Well, I didn't think it was fair that she had seen my picture. It was on my ad online, so I asked her for her picture.
Do you want me to I had no idea how to put a picture on the internet. I just had no clue. So he just said, well, just slip a picture under my door. It's not like I had to go very far.
I got home, I saw the picture, and I said, wow, what a hottie. So I was excited to meet her, and after I saw the picture, I definitely wanted to meet her.
While I was waiting for him to show up, I was definitely not calm. I was throwing clothes, all over the place, trying to find what I was going to wear, what I was going to do with my hair, I just was in a constant state of panic.
I really wasn't nervous going to meet my next door neighbor, but I was definitely curious. Took the long walk around the corner, about 20 of my steps or so. And I thought to myself, is this the one? Is this going to be what I'm looking for?
Melissa had asked her friend Barb to check out her blind date in advance.
Hi there, I'm Dave. Here to see Melissa?
Hi, I'm Barb. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Barb.
The first time I saw Dave, I thought he was gorgeous. The perfect type for Melissa.
Get out there, girl. He is gorgeous.
Okay, thanks. I was ready for probably a half hour, but I kind of hid back in my room pretending like I was still getting ready.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi there, I'm Dave.
Nice to meet you.
She was stunning. And I thought to myself, if there's love at first sight, this must be what it feels like.
It was definitely instant chemistry. We both just kind of looked at each other, and we could just tell that, this is going to be okay. We're gonna have a great time tonight. So where exactly is your parking place then?
We went to a nearby restaurant, and we just talked all night.
The first thing that we talked about was how could we have missed each other? We lived in the same apartment building next door for 3 months.
There's no telling how many times I might have seen her. She could have been in the gym running on the treadmill, and I could have just walked by her and gotten on the elevator. I had to walk by her parking space every day to get into the building, and somehow we never saw each other. Our mailboxes were right on top of each other, and we'd never met there either.
We just could not believe that we missed each other that many times.
That first date was the most fun I'd ever had in Omaha.
It's like we knew each other before. It sounds so corny, but it just moved so smooth that we didn't even think about it.
Well, I really had a good night tonight.
So did I.
It was a good time. I really wanted to see how she would respond, so I kissed her. And wow, that was a great first kiss. And so I kissed her some more.
Have a safe walk home. I didn't expect him to kiss me when he did, but it was very welcome and it was wonderful, and it's something that neither of us will ever forget.
After meeting Melissa, we never spent time apart. We enjoyed doing things together and ended up falling in love. It was like my life was complete. I felt, that person that I was looking for, I had finally found.
And 8 months later, Melissa's dream of the perfect wedding finally came true.
It was just so wonderful as her mother to see her dreams coming true.
My dreams have been surpassed. It's far beyond what I have ever dreamed of. After meeting Dave and finding what we have together, made us both really believe that there was another hand in this and that there is a purpose for everything.
You think about it, what are the chances of you meeting the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life online? It's a miracle. You can't believe that something like this is going to happen.
This was beyond a miracle.